Hello and welcome to Manifest with Tarot. Okay, so today I have a special reading. We're going to look at the October energies. Things have been a little intense lately, so I figured it'd be a good time to look at the energies for both the collective. So we're going to do a collective reading for everybody for the global energies, and also more of an individual reading. So you can choose between these three piles to get a reading that'll be a little bit more about your situation and what you're dealing with right now and how you can use these energies to work with your manifestation goals and that kind of a thing. So Manifest with Tarot, I like to help people, manifest your vision board and to master yourself and to overcome obstacles in your life and to really live a life of purpose. And that is what my channel is all about. So if that interests you, please do hit the subscribe button as I put out tarot readings regularly to help you navigate these different obstacles that can come up, but also give you some advice on where you're going in your career. And so this reading we're going to talk about the energies and what we can do, how we can deal with the energies. This is for October. This is October of 2022. So the collective reading is only going to really be for right now, and these individual readings will be for now as well, but it'll also be something that you can look at later. And it'd be kind of interesting to look at later if you're watching this video, if this video pops up in your feed and it's 2023 or 2024, to see if, you were able to work with these energies and what was happening at this time and how you can work with them to really move forward and release blocks in your life. All right. So go ahead and choose between one of these three piles, and I'm now going to move over to the collective reading. I highly recommend you watch the collective reading. This will give you energies for everything, so it'll be a good illumination of how to deal with what's going on collectively and then also in your personal life. All right, so I'll see you at your reading. Hi everybody, and welcome to the collective reading for the energies of October. And so I see before me that we have a lot of major arcana cards. So what we have here is oppression, which is the devil, the tower card, strength, starseed card, which is the fool, and queen of crystals. What I'm really seeing here right now as a collective, we are being asked to, we're actually being forced to deal with our self-destructive ways. So any habits, any thing that we do that is considered like a self-destructive habit, like if you are constantly doing something that you know isn't good for you, but you can't stop yourself, that's that devil energy. The oppressive energy of, if you see, she's in a shroud, like a ghost. And it's like we're haunted, but we're being haunted by our own selves. So this is for the collective. And if you look at the world right now and what is happening, you can see that we are dealing with the consequences of our own self-destructive ways. And that's what's happening right now. We're dealing with the consequences of whatever self-destructive habits we have. So I personally have been seeing this in my own life, but I've also been seeing this in a lot of people that I know. Now, this is going to affect everyone differently depending on how open you are to facing these deep-seated fears and things that we operate on, things that have been, deep inside of us that we might avoid. Things that we avoid is what I'm looking for. Our tendency of avoidance of problems. These problems are coming in now as the tower card to break down anything in our lives that is not working. So you're going to find you're going to have really intense consequences for anything you do right now that is self-destructive. So, for example, if you are somebody who knows that you need to maybe stop a certain food that bothers you, or maybe you know that you should be exercising and you just don't, and maybe you know that you need to do more meditation to calm down because you're very stressed out. The universe, the energies right now is really going to be pushing you in there. In other words, if you don't, you're going to face the consequences of that. So if you're not exercising and you know you should be, you're going to have a lot of body pains probably. You're going to be dealing with a lot of health issues. If you're eating foods that aren't good for you, but you just can't help it, you're going to start seeing the consequences of that pretty intensely. Like you might start getting like physical symptoms that'll be really uncomfortable. If you're constantly allowing toxic people into your life, or just even if you are constantly looking for arguments with people and you're maybe you're dealing with a lot of anger, that is going to have its consequences as well. You're going to find yourself losing friends perhaps, or relationships breaking down. You're going to have you're going to feel the consequences of what you're doing. I know this is kind of an intense thing to say, and some of you might feel a little triggered by this, but unfortunately, this is the energy that we're dealing with. I personally have been triggered a lot in the past month in intense ways. And some of these triggers were things that I'm just like, why? But then after I realized, oh, okay, I'm being pushed into a direction that's better for me. And that is what all this is about right now. So the way that we oppress ourselves, the way that we're holding ourselves back as a collective, okay, we're facing these consequences now, but that is to make us stronger so that we can build a better foundation for ourselves that is strong, lasting, and it's built on something that is true to ourselves. It is built on something. The strength card is very much about having faith in yourself, having faith in the greater scheme of things, that it's leading to a positive place. Because when we have the starseed, and this is the Fool card, but it's interesting that's the starseed, so I really feel like we are being guided and led by a greater force, greater than ourselves. For those of us that really want to be led, for those of us that want to be in communication with or working with, spirit, universe, source, any kind of, whatever you want to call it. Everyone has a different way that they associate with that. It's whatever feels good for you. But regardless, the energy is that we are now in this place where we are able to create something new with the help of source, with the help of something greater than ourselves. The energy is there for us, because when we get over to the Queen of Pentacles, here we have, she's serene, she's calm, she's in nature, she has crystals in her hands, and she's got a relaxed tiger beside her. She doesn't feel threatened. She feels grounded. She feels at one with and at peace with everything. And she's successful at this. She's confident in herself. And she's nurturing and loving, both to herself and to the people around her. And this is ultimately where, as a collective, we're trying to go to. But first, we have to clear away these self-destructive habits. So you're going to start feeling things pretty intensely, or if you haven't already, because a lot of us have. And again, that really depends on where you're at in your life and how much inner work that you've been doing and how resistant you are to change. The more resistant you are, the harder it's going to be. So we're all going to have tower moments, all of us. And for some of us, it'll be a little bit more intense than others. But don't fear that, because it's ultimately to build your strength. It's to start afresh and to get to this place of being really grounded in a loving and nurturing world. And that's where we want to go. We're dealing with a lot of really intense things in the world right now, and it can be rather frightening. But the worst thing we can do is give in to those fears, is to allow ourselves at this oppression. And a lot of that oppressive energy in the world right now is being met with destruction. I mean, if you look at Iran, the women there have had enough. They're fighting back. So oppressive energies are going to fall. They're falling. And this will build strength and power to start something new so that we can be in this Queen of Crystals energy. And that's really what we need to remember as a collective, that even though things might be very intense right now, know that it's going to a better place. Don't resist the changes. And in your own personal lives, really be mindful of where you might be oppressing energy yourselves, where you might be doing things in an extreme way, when you might be oppressing others, or mostly though oppressing your own energies inside yourself. So I'll give you an example. Like if you are somebody who is prone to anxiety, you're probably feeling a lot more anxiety lately. I know I have. For the past 3 weeks, I've had an intense amount of anxiety. And so we're going to see that, and that's your body's chemistry's way of saying, we need to deal with this, okay? We need to find ways to calm ourselves. What can we do to calm down? And so blood and circulatory systems are going to be something coming up for people. Health issues really are going to come up because when you've been doing a lot of self-destructive things, you're going to have to face the consequences of it. So now you can build yourself up strong again. But we're all dealing with that. And like I said, some of you won't feel that as much as others. It really depends on how much you've been working on yourself. So if you've been working on yourself and you've been doing well, then you're going to not have as much of an issue with the tower moments. You'll have some, but they'll resolve quickly and they won't be so bad. And others, it's going to be more challenging. So if you're meeting these tower moments, just try to relax, try to deep breathe, and look for healthy ways to manage it. And some of these are going to be things that are out of your control. It just has to do with the oppressive systems in the world breaking down and being forced to be broken down. And so for a lot of us, this is going to be a very good thing in the end. There's a lot of new growth happening. There's new ideas and new way of doing things. We're ready to start over fresh. We're ready to be new. A lot of us are just so done with this energy now that we have to change. And so Tower card is coming in here to change what is not serving us anymore. So again, this is a collective reading. I don't want you to feel any kind of fear about this, because all we have to do is look outside and look at the news and know that things are changing. We are being forced to deal with things that we just haven't dealt with. But ultimately what we're getting to is this wonderful, nurturing, grounding, loving energy that is really what we need. All right, so I'm going to pull a couple more oracle cards here. So we're currently in the collective dealing with a lot of planets in retrograde. Depending when you watch this, we just came out of a Mercury retrograde and it's been tough. We're also dealing with solar flares. So there's a lot of solar flares happening. That is going to really stir up things as well. It's going to make stuff not work right. It's going to make... I've noticed in everyone, including children, so that people are being very forgetful, and it's like a collective brain fog happening here. And this is just part of it. It's part of the clearing away of these energies. And so it's a little intense. So find ways to be grounded. Really, really work with Earth. Mother Earth really wants you to sit with her and feel her nurturing energy, her power. Okay. All right, we have a personal issue reaches resolution, full moon in Cancer. So yeah, that's what I feel like. It's this oppression and this tower energy. It's finally coming to a head as the energies are forcing us all on an individual level to really face these things that have been problematic. But we're coming out of that and we're heading to this new place. So if you're going through a lot of things right now, know that they're getting worked out. Know that things will get better, but work with the energies, okay? Really be open to these energies, no matter how hard it is. And again, I'm just going to tell you, for me personally, it has been very challenging. And so, but I've been working with meditation. I've been working with, I'm going to start exercising more. This is something that I haven't been doing, and I am now facing the consequences of that. So, it's just how it is. And I'm working with it. You try and have a positive outlook and a positive attitude is really what this is. And know that things are coming to a conclusion, like they're going to be resolved. So feel good there, okay? Hold your vision, fixed moon, like really, it's time for us to really think about the world we want to live in and stay to that. We want to live in a world that's balanced, and we want to live in a world that's peaceful. We all want that. And that's where we need to, as a collective, be. And so it's important to all of us to really work hard to be good stewards of this earth, and to really work hard in our own personal lives to overcome any challenges that we have in our lives, so that we as a collective can now evolve in this new earth that we want to bring in here. Emotions are running high, supermoon, exactly. It's very, very running very high, isn't it? Yeah, again, if any of you have been dealing with any kind of anxiety issues, it's going to be peak right now. Now, for some of you, it might be the opposite. You might have had anxiety and then suddenly it went away, because that means that you've been working with it. That means you faced something in your life that you've faced and you've gotten past now. So that's a really good thing. Pat yourself on the back. All right. So let's take a look at these. This is self-care cards, things we can do as a collective to feel better. Self-care is really important, because the thing about, we all want to live in a peaceful, happy world. We all want that. But it also comes down to us as individuals, that we are peaceful and happy too. Because if we are, then that reverberates out to others. And healing all these past traumas, like we're really having to face a lot of traumas in our life right now, and how they have been self-destructive influences in our lives. So that, because when trauma happens, the event of it, it's like a pebble being thrown into a pond, and it ripples out to the rest of our life. And so in a lot of different ways, in our physiology, in our body, and the way we think, and how we treat other people, and how the choices we make, and all of this stuff gets affected by all these traumas that we've been holding in. And as a collective, we've been holding in a lot of traumas, and we're being forced to face that right now. And the systems are breaking down so that we can really heal. Okay, so let's see, some self-care that we can do. Okay, we have music. I got tribal music. I got drumming because, she's drumming, but also because, I don't know about you, but for me, I always feel this powerful energy when I'm in a room full of people doing drumming, because everybody's coming together to create music, and that's something that is a really beautiful thing. But music is also just helps us to, it's art. It helps us to, really tap into how we're feeling. It's poetry. It's musical poetry, so that we can work with whatever's bothering us in our lives. There's a lot of different ways to use music to calm ourselves, to relax ourselves, and to come together too. Like finding, maybe if you want to go to a concerts and things like that, if that's makes you comfortable, is to finding music, like coming together over music is a really good thing right now. This is something that we all love. Something that it doesn't matter what you believe in or any of that stuff. All that goes away when you're all enjoying a band or concert or something that you really love. Next, make an altar. So this is saying to me that, we need collectively to really start a spiritual practice of having a sacred space just for us to commune with spirit, with higher self, with the universe, so that we can find that that grounding and work with the energies right now in a really healthy way. All right, so that's the collective reading now for October. Go ahead and go and pick your own pile. They had the 3 choices. Head down to the time steps so that you can see. And then I'm going to talk about working with the energies more in your own life. All right, thank you so much. Bye now. Hello, pile 1, and welcome to your reading. Okay, so we're looking at the October energies and how you can work with them right now in your life and how they're going to be influencing you. So I recommend you look at the overview, the collective reading, because that will help you navigate some of the energies and know how they might affect you personally. But this reading is going to go over a little bit about how to navigate the energies and how you can work with them and how they are affecting you in your life. So for you, wow, pile 1, you looks to me like the energies right now for you are coming to you in the way of visions. You're going to be having a lot of visions, and ideas are going to be coming to you out of nowhere. Dreams. If you look at all of these cards, all of their eyes are closed. You're very much in a meditative state right now. You're very much tuning out the noise. And right now, if you're not doing that, the energies are recommending that you find ways to tune it out. So that you can get a clear vision in your mind. And that is something that is very much for you. You are tapped in to a higher source. You're heightened. Your senses, your what are they called? The seeing, the one, what's that called? Clairvoyance, I guess, is very heightened right now. We have the High Priestess and the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles, in here, it looks like she almost has deer antlers. And she's very serene. And the color blue. Blue is very throat chakra, and blue here is you're speaking your truth because it's coming from a place that isn't influenced by the outside world. So you're very much on your internal world is what you're working on right now. And you're very tapped into a higher power and very grounded. You're getting here very grounded. The Queen of Pentacles, that was also in the group reading. The Queen of Pentacles energy is very grounding, very nurturing, very loving, very one with earth. You're very balanced out here. You're the Justice card. I feel like your energies are very balanced. You're going to feel a lot more balanced, actually. I think a lot of you have been doing the work. You're coming out of some difficult energies from before. You've been working on old pains and hurts, and you've been releasing them. And now you're clearing this path, and now you're very tapped in. That's what I feel like. You're very tapped in. And look for ravens or crows or any kind of black birds as messengers or as guidance for you. Because that's kind of how you know. It's like if you see that, then you'll know that you are what you're thinking about at that moment and what you're seeing. That'll be a confirmation for you. So if you're seeing a lot of those, that's a confirmation that you're in this energy of being heightened awareness internally. So shutting out the outside world and being very focused inward. It's a very inward energy that you're in right now. So you're going to be very highly attuned to greater something greater than yourself right now. You're very highly attuned in, and you're going to find that you're going to be having a lot of very clear visions and ideas, and you're going to be really good at problem solving. Things are going to come very naturally to you because of the fact that you are finding this balance. Things are working out in your favor right now because of the fact that you are very much working with source energy, and you are working in your dreams will happen. A lot of stuff is going on in your dreams right now too, but mostly it has to do with that the visions that you have, like you're feeling a lot more balanced. I see you feeling a lot more grounded this month. Things are working out. We have the Justice card and and it's like Libra energy. It reminds me of that. So it's that balancing out of things. And over here with the Three of Wands, I see that you're like ready. You're ready. You see how she's poised, looking at the ocean, waiting for her wave to come in, and you're ready. So you're very much ready to expand outwards now. So you've been working internally. Now you're ready for the world. So you're ready to put something out there. And I see that you're coming up with an idea, something that is coming from a source, from being, because your psychic awareness is really heightened right now. So you're going to have some ideas that are going to be coming to you from source, and you will be working with that, and it'll be very successful. It'll come because you've been so working on this, and you've been planning it, and you've been implementing it, and you've been doing the work, and you've been very tuned in. That's what I really get in this pile, is this tuning in, an expansive energy that's coming towards you. You're going to feel this expansive energy, like, I can finally meet my goal. I can finally do things. You're going to feel, I think you're going to feel a lot of stability, that you're feeling more stable right now. And so if you're not feeling that way, it's coming in, this sense of stability, this sense of things that are righting. The wrongs are getting righted. And that has a lot to do with you having worked on yourself, having really tuned into this higher source, and very much in nature. I see you, like, yeah, you getting out in nature. Some of you might actually be going out in, like, staying in a wood cabin somewhere. I see you in a forest, in the woods, maybe taking a little respite out in, if some of you have a cabin, or if you just stay at one, or camping or something, maybe just a walk in the woods. But I see you gathering strength in nature in some way. And this is going to help you balance things out, and you're going to be feeling a lot more open and expansive. So it's really good. You're feeling a lot more stability in your life right now. That is good news. So I'm going to quickly read some oracle cards to get information for you. Let's see. Yeah, you're really tuned in, expansive and serene. There's such a serenity with you right now. Very balanced and serene, and you feel good, and that's good. Because I think that you have been working really hard to feel this. It's not like it's something that just came out of nowhere. This is your own doing. This is your own hard work. Okay. So prosperity lies ahead, new moon in Taurus. So that's that Queen of Pentacles energy. Yeah, I feel like you're going to feel very grounded. You're going to feel your resources. You're going to have enough resources for you to do the things that you want to do. You're not going to feel like you can't afford to do things. You're going to have enough money, and you're going to have the resources that you need to feel stable and grounded right now. And so we have Taurus. So I see you going into now, you're going into this expansive energy of increased wealth, of increased success. So things are really looking up and up for you. That's awesome. Expect powerful change, new moon eclipse. Yeah, things are really balancing out for you. And this is a long time coming. I feel like you've been working at this, you've been doing the inner work, and you're tapped in. And so something big is about to come for you that is going to bring you a lot more stability and wealth and money. And so you feel more secure. Yeah, the tables are turning, and writing. It's more like the Justice energy. It's like a fairness and a balance, truth. The truth is coming out, and you're seeing the truth, and you're seeing your own truth, and that is really going to push you forward and into this really new, wonderful, expansive energy where you're bringing in wealth and living in a more, you're living in abundance. Okay. Hold your vision, fixed moon. Yeah. So that's that Three of Wands. You have been holding your vision pretty well, and you're going to see the fruits of your labor happening soon. So that's awesome. I feel like you're very tuned in. You're open to receiving. You're finally balancing out transmuting those old energies, and you're going to start seeing prosperity. You're going to start seeing yourself feeling a lot. It's going to be a lot easier for you to see ways to make money too. So you'll probably get promotions at work, or maybe you'll get a new job somewhere and it'll just make more money. I feel like a lot of you are having visions and ideas of ways to make money and how to do that. And maybe you're ready to change your careers and start a whole new path. I really see you forging ahead now with something that is going to have a lot more stability and balance for you, and you're going to feel really good. So you're heading into some really stable energies all around for you. So money, love, relationships, health, everything's going to feel a lot more balanced and stable. All right, so I'm going to pull some self-care cards to see how you can work with these energies a little more. Little self-care. But I think that you have been doing a lot of self-care, and I think that's why, you're able to really have these clear visions right now, because of the fact that you've been working on releasing old hurts. Okay. All right. Dream journal. Yeah. So that's that thing that you're having these visions, and some of them are going to come in your dreams. And so when you wake up, write down your dreams, because that will give you some clues, information about spirit who's going to be contacting you in your dreams. Now, the mythology around crows or blackbird ravens is that they bring messages from the underworld, and that can really come in your dreams. So if you wake up and you've had a dream, write it down. And also, but not just what you saw, how you felt, because this will give you more clues as to what to do. And you'll start to see patterns, and you'll start to get a clearer vision about what's happening in your dream world. So that's the information coming for you there. Be still. Yeah. So that's the same thing up here as meditative. So if you're not, if you're not quite there yet, just know that, I see all of their eyes being closed. This is an important time for you to really tap into, because you're very open to these kind of energies, and this is like being still. She's in that yoga pose at the end. So this is about you meditating, and about you allowing yourself to download the messages that are going to be coming to you from the universe. You're really in a downloading mode. You're very much about downloading right now. So work with that energy. Anytime you're still, anytime you're meditating, really allow the visions to come, okay? Because you're going to be very open to that right now. So that's all good news. Your energies are working in your favor right now. And this is saying, are you sleeping? And be still. So really work on rest, because the dream world, that's where you're going to, it's the nighttime, in the sleeping, in the dreaming. This is where you're really going to have the visions, and you're really going to see a lot more forward progress and what to do and where to go. All right, thank you so much for joining me. Please do subscribe to my channel. I'd love to have you back. Like and share this channel with others. Support my channel, and do leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. If this resonated you, even if it didn't, I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye now. Hello, Pile 2, and welcome to your reading. So in this reading, you're going to be looking at the energies for October and how you can work with them in your personal life, how they're going to be working with or affecting you, and how you can work with them. I do recommend you look at the collective reading that I had at the beginning, so that will give you a little bit more information about what's going on in the bigger picture. But this is a little bit more personalized for you. All right, so what we have for you is the Knight of Cups, Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords, King of Cups, and Queen of Pentacles. So I see right now the energies are really supporting you to be in new relationships. Relationships are very much supported for you right now, whether it's a romantic relationship, although that's really coming through strongly in this one. but it can be any kind of relationships, friendships, business partnerships. I see you starting something new. You have the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Swords. It's that new, bright energy coming in, and we have passion, and we have strong-mindedness. So it's like you have convictions. You're really able to. You're feeling a strong sense of conviction, and it's being fueled by this new romantic, loving energy that's coming in, and you're feeling a lot more passionate this month. That's what I feel like. Romantic energies, like, there's Halloween coming up, and Thanksgiving is in Canada. We have Thanksgiving, but that's that end of the harvest, so it's beautiful colors of fall, and I really feel like you're feeling like you want to connect with others. So I see you really connecting with others, and I hear mother and father. So some of you might be reconnecting with your mother and father. Maybe you're finding a new kind of relationship with them that's more grounded and healthy, or they might be helping you out. If that'll be a message for some of you. But overall, what I feel is that you're feeling very grounded, and you're feeling very strong within yourself, and you're having some new ideas and new fresh ways of looking at things and thinking about things, and that's coming from this place of wanting to connect to healthier, more romantic energies. Like, you really are looking to find people who in your life who have more stability, who are more emotionally stable, financially stable, more nurturing, more loving. So I see that happening with you, and that could be within your family. As I said, I really feel mother and father coming strongly here. I think some of you, maybe you had a falling out with them. I see some of you are reconnecting and starting a brand new relationship with your parents, if that's the case. The others, it's just, you might be starting a new relationship with somebody. I think it's more of a rekindling. I feel a rekindling here, but some of it is new. There's a fresh energy, real fresh, vibrant energy. You're feeling a lot more stable, but in more of emotional stable, mentally stable here, and very grounded. You're going to have your resources are going to be met this month. You're going to, I sense here that somebody might actually be helping you out financially. You're getting help. There's definitely help coming in, but there's also this feeling or this sense here of newness, of this fresh new. Now, if you look over here, okay, so we have the King of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles, and the newness is coming in the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands. So it's like mental and passion and spiritual. So I think there's definitely, the Queen of Pentacles was in the first reading, and it was also in the collective. So I really feel this sense of feminine, kind of maternal energy here for the collective. It doesn't have to be your mother. It's just that maternal, feminine, nurturing energy when it's at its most evolved, when you're really grounded and done the work. And so I feel like a lot of you are probably coming out of heartaches and heartbreaks, and now you're ready to start new. You're ready to start a brand new, fresh relationships, or to looking at old relationships and you're working through things. So I really feel a sense of counseling and therapies, and maybe some of you have been doing that, or you're going to be doing that, and that is going to help spark some new creativity, some new ideas. I feel a lot of that coming in for you. There's a rush of vitality of like that, when you have like those ideas and they just keep coming to you, and I feel like you're going to be like overwhelmed with a lot of ideas. You could write them down, but I do feel like over here, I feel like you're going to have your resources met for you, and I think somebody is going to help you with your resources. I have maternal energy, so maybe you're going to get, maybe your mother or grandmother or somebody, an older woman is going to help you out with some money, perhaps funding a project or just paying for something, or I get a sense of loan or somebody helping you out. And with the King of Cups, I feel more of that counseling, therapeutic energy, like somebody is going to be giving you counseling. And that could be somebody like so it could be your dad or something, grandparent. But it also could just be that you are going to see a therapist who is, some of you are going to be seeing a business coach too. So yeah, I see a business coach coming in who's going to help you out here. But I really get the sense that there's people involved in, like, it's going to be different for everybody. It depends what you're doing. But I get the sense that you're getting help. That's what I'm trying to say here. You're getting help from people who actually have your best interest at heart. They want to help you. And that this is going to be the start of some really interesting ideas and projects, and you're going on a whole new path, and it's a lot healthier, better. So yeah, I feel like in October you're going to start seeing some new energies, new people coming in, and they're all going to be some people coming in that are going to be helping you out something with financially and emotionally in some way, shape, or form, depending on how that is in your life. So we have the white rabbit over here. That's good fortune. So I see I see you getting an infusion of a bit of money. Someone's going to help you out. So either you'll get a bit of an inheritance, or someone will just surprise you and give you some money, and you'll be like, wow, okay, thanks. Someone might be taking you out somewhere and treating you to something. Yeah, I just see like in October, you're just going to have help, really good help. And so you're going to feel really good this month. And it's really going to help clear away the old hurts and angers and things. And you're going to have that fresh new energy coming in, because people have been giving you a helping hand. Like I see helping hands here, a lot of helping hands. Okay, so let's take a look at your oracle cards. I see you too, like getting out of the city. Sense that with the last pile too. It's getting out of the city and getting out into more of a rural area. Maybe you go for a drive somewhere, or maybe you go visit somebody who lives in a more, look at them. There's mountains and streams in almost every single one here. So yeah, going to the mountains, or near the mountains, or the valley. Yeah. Okay. But getting out of the city, basically, and getting somewhere more quiet, and you'll be able to think, and you'll get nurturing and help. Okay, so let's see. We have the Moonology cards. So I'll take these. You are good enough. Full moon in Virgo. That's, yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. People are going to come in. There's some people coming in who will give you a helping hand and make you feel loved. You're going to feel loved. And you really need to feel that, because I feel like things have been not so good before. Like, I sense that you've had your heart broken. Getting that sense. And this month it's coming in for people who really want to help you, who really care about you. People who love you are coming in to lend a helping hand. And you're going to feel good. You're going to feel loved. That's what I sense. The answers you need are coming from Moon and Gemini. Yeah, that's that counseling vibe I had. Like somebody is going to help you out with something. And they're going to give you these new ideas and a new way of looking at things that you just didn't even think of before. And that's going to set you on a new path. That's really how I feel for this month. Surrender to the divine. It's also that King of Cups energy, which is very much spiritual. So yeah, I feel like you're going to be more tapped into a higher power. You're going to feel like you're going to want to be tapped into a higher power. That's what I feel like. You're just finally letting your guard down, and you're letting some people in. And this is part of spirit working with you to finally get out of a place where you've been feeling stuck and just feeling doubtful about stuff. that you're feeling down, and you're going to start feeling better, and it's going to come in the help of people who are going to make you feel really good. And especially when it comes to the divine that's saying here, like, do try to connect to the divine, whatever that means to you. It could be anything, but just something greater than yourself, and that will help give you more peace as well. You're very close to achieving your goals. Cupid's moon, that's that. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles energy. I feel like some people are going to be helping you achieve your goals. That's what I feel very strongly for this month, that it's a supportive vibe. I'm getting a supportive vibe, that people are coming in to support you in whatever it is that you're trying to do, whatever could be a lot of different things. It's just a group reading, so take it as it resonates. But I feel though that you're going to be getting some support this month. And currently in this energies that are coming in, you're going to feel supported, and it's going to really boost your own personal morale here. You're going to feel a lot better. Okay, so let's grab a couple of self-care cards to see how you can better support your own sense of well-being in this month. Okay, doing this reading, wow, okay, I just got to tell you something. So for me personally, I've been very high anxiety lately, and I just had this sense of peace, the calm, and I feel like that's you. And also just what's coming in for you, who's going to help you. Like, it's a real peaceful, calming, loving energy. I see you out near the mountains on like a ranch or something. I don't know. Some of you that might be true, not all of you. But I feel like you're getting out of the city, getting out of the hustle bustle, and getting some clear mind. Yeah. That October, maybe even just going for a drive out in the country will clear your mind. I really feel this sense of clearing out of your energies and calming down. Okay. So what do we have? Soak in a bath. That's what I do. I love it. I love soaking in a bath. Get out your favorite bath salts or bath bomb. Just pamper yourself, okay? Like, you know how some people, like, I'm not like this. I use everything right away, but some people will keep, like, they get these really nice bath stuff and they keep it on their, just to the side. It's a pretty bottle and they don't use it. And it's like, this is the month to open that bottle that you've been keeping or those bath bombs or you've been saving and use them. So soak in a bath, feel really good and really nurture yourself. And that's that contemplative, healthy, healing energy I see coming in. But water is going to be very much healing energy for you this month. So work with water, and a bath is the greatest way. Nice, warm, salty bath especially, but what doesn't matter. Whatever you want to put in your bath, just feel that peace. Nice candlelit bath. Like, pamper yourself. Okay, what else? Take a walk. Yeah, that's that feeling like you see the mountains? That's what I feel like. You're going to be getting out into the mountains and clearing your head. And if you're not doing that, maybe you want to think about it. Just taking even a drive. Like, you don't have to stay anywhere, but just take a drive out to the mountains if you can, or just out of the city, or wherever you're watching. I don't know where you're watching, so where you live, but that gets a sense of getting out of the hustle and bustle and getting out of your own environment into something more expansive so that you can clear your head. I kind of feel one more for you too here. Rest. Take a nice bath, get out to the mountains, get some good sleep. That'll help you really get past anything that might be feeling stuck, or any kind of emotions that might be, yeah, I feel emotional. I feel a sadness from before. And now you're feeling so much better, guys. Like, this whole month you're going to feel a lot better, and it's going to come in the help of other people. You're going to be more rested. You're going to be taking care of yourself. Oh, it's beautiful energy. Really beautiful energy. Thank you so much for joining me. Do leave a comment if this resonated with you. I'd love to hear from you. Do subscribe, because I'd love to have you back. I'm going to be doing these energy readings a little bit more often, because we're in a world right now that it's very hectic and, overwhelming. So these energies will help to keep you grounded and keep you healthy and feeling good. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful October. You totally deserve it. Bye now. Hello, Pile 3, and welcome to your reading. So in this reading, we're going to be looking at the energies for October and how you can work with them to get the most out of this month. So I recommend you look at the collective reading because that will give you an overview of what's happening collectively, but this one is going to be more guidance for you on your own individual path. It's a group reading, of course, so take what resonates. But let's take a look at what's happening for you. This is the October energies. So wow, yeah, I see things are turning around for you here. You have the Wheel of Fortune right in the middle of your reading. And so I feel like you've been very driven to change. You've been very driven on a path. And when I come over here to the Two of Pentacles, I feel like, oh, first of all, I did not read your cards. So we have Two of Pentacles, the Fool, Wheel of Fortune, the Hierophant, and the Moon. Major arcana cards here. So the Two of Pentacles over here is like, I see, it's the infinity. This is a destiny thing. So I feel like you're more on the path towards your destiny this month. Things that are really going to be happening for you on a new path. And you've been driven here. You've been going here. And you've probably been juggling a lot of different things in your life to make this happen. And this month you're going to start to see the wheel turning in your favor here. You're ready. You are so ready for this. That's what I get. This says that you are so ready for a change. You're like, whew, and change is coming, but in a good, wonderful way. You're starting to see things. You're starting to see through the crap. You're starting to see through the lies. You're starting to see through your own fears and what's been holding you back. You're very much connected to a higher source. Look at that eye and the pyramid. Yeah, I feel like you're connecting into some ancient wisdom inside of you, and that is coming through that third eye, that clairvoyant or claircognizance. Like you can see, you just know things, and that's very much going to be huge in your life at the moment. You're going to just know what to do, and you're ready for this change, and you're not being held back by any more of your fears, but you're definitely going to be facing them. Okay, so with the Moon, you're really going to be having to face anything that might have been like, so the Moon energy is very much about illusions and things that we see in a skewed way because our subconscious is things that we have buried in our subconscious, that shadow part of ourselves that we just don't see, and it messes up with our plans, and it sabotages us, right? So if you looked at the collective reading, we had the oppressive, they have the devil energy. Collectively, we're all doing this, and so I feel like you're really seeing now where in your life that shadow is. You're really working through the shadows in a way that you are. It's beautiful though, because you're able to see clearly now. This is if I could just give you like one sentence to sum up your month, I see clearly now. And that's, you're going to know what to do. All of the piles, this is true. In the collective, we're very connected to a higher source. It's energies that really want to work with us right now. And for you, you are really clear in your mind eye. You have your mind's eye is very open, and it's seeing in your life where you have been deluded, so you're starting to see things more clearly, and you're more open now. For me, the Moon is really about that feminine energy of being open to receiving, but it's also having faith and trusting that even though you can't see where you're going, that you can trust your intuition and you can trust your inner knowing to take you to where you need to go. So it's having that faith, and I feel like your faith is being very strengthened this month. Faith in yourself and your path is really being strengthened. So if you see this path going up the pyramid to here, you've been on this path for a while, you've been driven, you're very one-track minded, in that you really want to get past some things. Pardon me if you hear some vacuuming. It's a suite above me. That's just life. Anyway, but that's the thing. You are bothered. So the vacuum to me is a little bit of a hint here, saying you're not bothered by the outside world. It's not getting in your path. It's not getting in your way. You are driven there. Nothing can get in your way. So you're going to start seeing things a lot more clearly. The illusions are fading, and you're going to have faith in your path. You're going to see things. You're going to be heightened spiritually too. We all are. Like, that's just the collective thing. And I've seen it. It's just the truth. And we're all having to face our inner truth right now. But you're ready to face it. You are so ready, because you see clearly now. And I see that for you very much. It's a very driven group. And I might want to look into ancestry with pyramids showing up here. So if anything kind of Egyptian has been popping up for you lately, like, follow that down that path and see where it leads, because I feel like you're really, really, really tapped in right now and you can see clearly. And so if there's anything like that coming in, it could mean that it's the other thing too is that you might be seeing more Egyptian kind of symbology coming in, and that is also kind of confirmation that you're on your path and you're doing the right thing. All right, so I'm going to get some Moonology cards to get a little bit more about the energies that are working your child, but I see like some powerful shifts happening for you. It's all major arcana cards. You've been working on this for a while. This is something that it's a big, huge month of transformation for you, because you are ready. You're ready to really step into you're not in your light, but your shadow, confidently. It doesn't get to you anymore. You're transmuting that shadow. Shadow is your friend, and I really feel that strongly for you. Work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. That's how I feel with the moon. So now, if any of you are like, what? I'm terrified right now. Again, for the last reading, I had this same, like, I've been heightened anxiety lately. Again, there goes the vacuum. You're not bothered by stuff. You're not bothered. I feel suddenly very calm doing this reading, because I feel that's going to be for you. So if you're not feeling that yet, you will. You're going to start to feel more calm, confident. You're going to stand in your shadow and not be afraid, because you're working through your fears. And this is new moon in Scorpio, so you're going to start to go into that Scorpio season where we have to face our shadows, and you're going to do so with clarity. I see clearly now. You're going to be facing those fears, okay? Believe in them possible, blue moon. You have been. You've been driven, and you've been working, and the wheel of fortune is turning in your favor. But it's really important right now to hold on to your vision, hold on to where you want to go. Don't get derailed. Don't let outside, like, the noises, the outside distractions of the world distract you, because you're on your path and you're getting there. Meditate and contemplate, so that, again, I feel like that with that new moon energy, that's getting into your subconscious and pulling out anything that might be holding you back, any of those fears that are lingering inside. But I see you clearly. I see that you see clearly. You see clearly. You're going to start seeing that. You're going to have a more clear vision about what in your life is holding you back, and you're ready. You're ready for this new energy. You're ready for a new path. You're ready. You are ready. All right, so I'm going to get these are the self-care cards to how can we better support our journey here for you, how you can feel good this month. All right, let's get a couple cards out to see some self-care for you. All right. Read. That's nice, that Egyptian energy. You might want to read about Egypt. Might be interested in some books about that, but if not, whatever. The reading is learning. So we have the Hierophant energy. So I think some of you are going to be studying and learning. Maybe you want to go back to school or something. higher education happening here. So yeah, that could be coming in as well. You could start studying. That's what I feel like. There's some studying happening for some of you, reading. But whatever you want to read, enjoy. Maybe you haven't been reading for a while, and that might be something. I feel a lot of you probably have used to be bookworms. I know I was, and I've been so stressed out I haven't been reading very much. But this is a great thing to do, is to turn off those phones and TikTok and all of these things that make our minds like unable to absorb information, because it kind of screws up your attention span, and it makes it difficult to just sit with a book and read. So this is a month for you to turn off, just don't let any of those distractions get to you, and read whatever you want to read. Doesn't matter, whatever interests you, whatever you want to do. Maybe it's studying, but really concentrate on reading instead of looking at your phone and watching, just, you can watch TV or you can still look at your phone, but really bring reading back into your life. Okay, soak in a bath. We had that for one of the other piles as well. And yeah, this is soaking in a bath, especially a salt bath, candlelit bath, will really help you to calm down any fears that you might be having, push through those negative energies, and see clearly, because you are ready. You're ready to see the truth now. And sitting in water in a bath is really going to help you. I feel one more for you. Positive affirmations. Yeah, that's that holding on to your... Oh no, that was the last part. Believing in the possible. Sorry. Believing in the possible. It's like positive affirmations. And look at her eye. It's open. So your third eye is open. It's going to be really good for you to work on thinking, I love myself. I know what I'm doing. I know where I'm going. I believe in myself. I am worthy of all these things that positive self-talk, instead of like, ugh, I can't do this, I can't do that. Like, really watch those thoughts and start thinking in a more positive way. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining me. This is a beautiful reading. I see this, you're just going to have a really transformative month. It's a big, big month for you. And so I would love to hear from you. I'd love to know if you come back later and tell me if this what happened, if this is true for you. I want to know what's going on. I'd love to hear from you. I love the comments, and do subscribe to this channel, because I'm going to be doing this a little bit more often. I'm going to be doing more readings around the energies so that we can work with them. And yeah, good luck with you in October. It's going to be a really great month for you. All the best of luck. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye now.